for Tier 2 Round 6 of the Tier 2 Championship here at OBF1. We're heading to the Circuit de Catalunya today in for the Spanish round. Spanish race, sorry. God, I can't speak today. English is not my forte. Right, Mohammed Goon is in as well, sorry. So we're just waiting on Mosh. So we've got 2 minutes to wait for Mosh to join. So that's all good. Geez, a few people have subscribed. So let me just quickly just get all these tags in, shall we? Details. Okay, I don't have a thumbnail for this week. Season 5, Tier 2. No, it's not made for kids. No, don't age restrict. Tags. Nice, yeah. Gaming F122. Allow all comments. Newest first. Save. Let's save, let's go back. And then view in live control room. So we're just waiting on Mosh. We'll give it 2 minutes. And if he's not yet within the 2 minutes, then we're ready up and he can join in qualifying. But how we all doing today? Still pretty warm here in the UK, so I am sweating my tits off. Not that you guys were wondering, but you are now. There are a few shady looking connections. Let's hope it all goes okay though. Team Red, you was looking shady a few minutes ago. You're looking fine now though. Let's hope all goes well, shall we?
Up the alpha.
Kyle, you've been on it this season to be fair. You've quite surprised me. Right, so we're gonna ready up now, and we'll get this underway. It's gonna be an interesting race, this one. With it was a tough race last week in Miami. We're heading to Spain now for a second round of stricter penalties as well, of course, coming into the drivers. We had one position change last race for that, and I think that was, who was it? I'm not sure who it was. I know Mosh is joining in quali anyway, so that'll be okay. I can click him as in, and then
MR-C-REES sucks balls.
Yeah, cheers mate. Who's that, Jim? Come on, YouTube, keep up. Oh, it was Mitch. Shut up. It's rude. You're gonna make me cry. Right, so we are getting underway. It's going to be interesting to see what the weather's like. Normally it should be...
Predictions.
Oh, it's too early to make predictions, Hassel. It's, let's see how qualifying goes first before I start making some predictions. And then maybe we will get underway, but hopefully we can get straight in. Hopefully. So far it's not looking good. I haven't got the... I don't know, maybe we're waiting for a driver to start, maybe? I don't know. Good start, lads, good start. I'll give it till Mohammed's left the session and it starts. So I guess that was Mohammed. Guess that was Mohammed's internet. Right, let's get these stuff up before everyone starts going out on track. We want tyres, we want lap data, and we want the track map. That's all we want. So we got Flames Assassin, who's making his tier 2 debut today. He's asked to go down to tier 2 due to he thinks he can't keep up with the pace in tier 1. So we give him a go in tier 2. And what will happen is we have a Haas going out. That's J7, I think. No, it is Kenna. Always Grinding is retiring in the background due to a qualifying ban for not providing footage when asked. Oh, see, this new internet is absolutely great. I've never had excellent condition on the streams before. Fantastic. I like that. Yeah, so Always Grinding serving a quali ban tonight. Flames trialing out in tier 2. Obviously Ken is going to be the first one to set a lap tonight, by the looks of things. We've got a few cars out on track though. Let's get the driver standings up just so I can talk about that a little bit in qualifying. So we have got James Ney currently leading the standings. He's got 87 points, and Hawkeye is currently in second with 60 points. But he's also got King James with 60 points as well, right behind him. Snitsy is P4, but Snitsy isn't here today, so he's going to lose out a bit. So we got a full race calendar, so he's got plenty of time to catch up on, as we got a spin in sector 3 or a slow moving car. But that's right on board with Kenna for his first lap as he starts his first fly on lap of the session. Brake late for turn 1, as late as you can. Goes very nicely through that section. Now this section, very harsh on tyres, very easy to overheat them and spin. Looks like he's got a good setup to combat that. Brake at the 50 meter board coming in for this turn. He takes it a little bit wider, but it's still a good line. Another 50 meter board braking zone here. You want to get on the throttle nice and early here, just to get as much out of the lap as you can. Obviously the camber on this corner very difficult to negotiate. Kenna handles it very well. You can take this corner flat out. Kenna doesn't. Is this car going to get out the way? It's his teammate J7 who doesn't actually let him take the widest line possible. So we might have a few issues about that. That's a notification saying that PlayStations are now back in stock. PlayStation 5s I still can't afford one, so that's depressing. We're coming through the final chicane now. The corner everyone hates, takes a bit too much of that yellow curve as he comes across along the final corner, and across the line for a 118, nearly flat. That's a decent lap there. So who have we got? Is James Ney on our lap? James Ney right behind him on our lap. Comes across the line now with a 118.5, good enough for P2. Not exactly the fastest lap, but he's got plenty of time to make up the positions. And we got Flames Assassin, who is making his debut. He's going to come across the line with a 118.27, very close, 1/1000th of a second off Kenna. So that was a very decent lap there from Flames. Who else have we got? Team Red is going to come across the line now for Mercedes. This is looking like a pretty decent lap as well. It's 118, it's 119, sorry. It wasn't the best lap. Still faster than Rattigan and Hawkeye as well. Slotting, we've just seen a car in the gravel there, but it was Rattigan as well. Hawkeye with a 118.151 to put his Alfa Romeo in P3. CDM P6 currently. I think he is just starting his another lap here. We got Hassel who's on his outlap. Mohammed in the pit. Jason invalidates, so he's gonna want to go again. Anton Hyper as well, making his debut. He's just reserving tonight because we're not sure on where to put him in terms of tiers. As he comes out now, we have a spinner. Was that CDM? CDM, was that you, man? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, it was CDM. That is shocking, mate. So Hassel currently in sector 2. Obviously the winner out in Miami. He won it by a mile. It's going to be interesting to see how well he's going to do tonight. If he could do the same. It is a dry qualifying session. Not sure about the actual race as of right now. But I mean, it could be dry. It most likely is going to be dry. But we got Hassel, who looks like he's on a pretty decent lap. I haven't seen any purple sectors yet, but he is doing a decently quick time by the looks of it. Shifts down to third to try and get the rotation. Stays in second here. Revs the hell out of the engine. No wonder the Ferrari engines are exploding. Carlos Sainz is doing that too, but he's going to come across the line with a 119.9. Good enough for P9. Quite surprising after the performance he had out in Miami. J7 now coming through the final chicane. Is he going to pit? Has he got enough fuel to finish the lap? He does have enough fuel, and he is going to come across the line with a 119 as well. 120, sorry, for P10. Anton Hyper now on his first laps, first qualifying lap in OBF1. Let's stay on board with him. And what's been said? At CDM's just at Invader saying, "Come on." I'm not sure what's happened there. It's gonna be interesting to see what that chat is gonna be like in the Discord. But Anton's running no ERS on this lap. Not sure what's going on with Anton, but he does seem to be running no ERS. I don't know if he's just doing an extra out lap to get temperature into them tyres. It's not, as we've seen in real life. Let's just see. Is he going to dive into the pits? He is diving into the pits, yeah. So he's on an in lap. He's going to put another set of softs on probably. Mohammed Gunnar I haven't seen leave the pit yet. Invader's coming out on another lap. To do another lap. As you can see, his mechanics getting ready to push him out. We have a load of drivers on their out laps now. Is James Ney the first to set another out lap? Currently sitting in P4. He's going to want to try and take that pole position off Flames. Kenna's going to be wanting to do the same as well. There's only 1,000s in it. He's only got to improve in one corner and Kenna gets pole position. James has got a few corners to try and improve on. Coming out the first two corners, he's looking decent. Now into the long right hand out. Almost running off the track, but doesn't. Taking as much curbing as possible to try and get the best line. He's up a 10th through sector 1, so it's not a purple. But he is looking for a decent lap time through sector 1 at the minute. As we got a yellow flag in sector 2. We got a stop car as well in sector 2. Don't think it distracted James too much. I think that was Invader. Yawn in a sec, sorry. Very tired today, so if I do yawn, I do apologise. We've got Mohamed Guna retiring from the session. Not sure what that's about. He's not on a quali ban, so I'm not sure what it was about. But coming through now, I could tell you this isn't going to be a pole lap unless he nails this final couple of corners. But he is going to come across the line. It's going to be a 118, and it is 3/10 fastest. Stays in P4 though, so he's not going to be too happy about it. We got Ratigan on an out lap. Anybody else? Got Team Red coming around the final sector now as well. He's on another flying lap, and he's spun it. He's just lost it. It's not what he's going to want. We've got CDM as well on another lap. Nearly a second up on his last time. Coming into the final sector. A few corners to negotiate. Don't bin it now, CDM. Coming into the final corner now. It's looking like a decent lap time from CDM. Crosses the line with a 118.5. He does improve, but he stays P6. As Team Red is currently on a lap. Jason on his out lap as well. We need someone that is on a lap. Let's have a look at King James. We've got to stop Mercedes. James Nay 4 seconds down, coming into sector 3, so he's definitely not on a flying lap. Let's have a look at his teammate, who is 2/10 up. It's not a massive improvement on his last time. Is he diving into the pits? He's not. He is going around the final corner. Opens his DRS and crosses the line with a 119. Only a 10th improvement. Stays P9. Who else we got on a lap? Let's watch King James. Oh, he's coming into the pits. Let's not watch King James. CPM probably wants... he could do another lap before he comes in for some tyres. Hold price invalidated and diving into the pits. Flames Assassin is out on another lap. He's just done a 118... No, he didn't just do that. That was his fastest lap. He is doing another lap now, but it is invalid. He has invalidated it. Kenneth says he was 3/10 up on his last lap and he invalidated. That is gutting, especially when you know it's a good lap. Right, so Team Red's just recouping some battery there. Ratigan is down a second in sector 2. Jason on old tyres is up on his last time. Let's stick with Jason for the time being. Oh, looked like he lost the rear end slightly coming through there. Definitely didn't take as much curbing as you'd want. Might not improve by much. We have got a yellow flag again. So it's just a slow moving car trying to get out the way. That's all. Oh, Jason invalidates, runs wide on that turn 9. That is unfortunate there from Jason. Who's just crossing the line? Mosh is in the session. So Mosh has joined. Mosh is in the session. Don't know if he's gonna pop a quick lap in. Hassel back out now for Ferrari. It could be a good race this, based on the qualifying. It is pretty close. The top 6 all being in the 118s. So this could be a very good race. Let's hope that there's no safety cars, shall we? I just noticed now as well, Invader has put himself out the session. I'm not sure if that was on track or not. That's going to be... it's going to be a shame if it was on track. Obviously, starting P12 is not where he wants to start, with a 141 as well. And that was a pretty slow lap he's done, but Hassel up a second currently. It's not going to be enough to put him on pole position, but it will put him in the top 6. Maybe not the top 6, it all depends on how these final couple of corners goes. How's it going, Callum? Hassel comes across the line now with a 118.4. It's P5. So he does go into the top 6, knock CDM out of the top 6. So CDM's going to want to be going back out in these last couple of minutes of qualifying. Do you know what? It is bloody boiling in this room. Callum, give me some predictions, mate. Right, sorry, just having a drink. Anybody out on a lap? Hassel is out on a lap, but I think he's either pitting this lap or just on a battery saving lap. But he is rushing back to the pits if he is going to the pits though. So James Nate just heating his tyres up in the final sector. Looks like he'll be going on a lap now. So we'll stick with James for the time being. Everyone else seems to be on out laps. Looks like he might run into some no, he won't. He'll be alright. 3/10 up as well. Does improve. It's gonna be interesting to see if he's doing another lap now, or if he's got. Has he got enough battery to do another? He's got enough battery. Yeah, so he is gonna be doing another lap. He was just on an out lap, wasn't he? So of course he improved by 3/10 on his out lap. That's insane. Takes a nice line through turn 4.
Hogby P1, Hassel P2, Kenna P3.
That's your final race predictions, yeah? It's a good shout. As James looks very quick at the minute, though. Comes out of sector 2 and sets a purple sector 2 time. Is he going to be on for pole at the minute? He's only got one sector to go, only a few corners left. This is going to be a close one from James. Almost invalidates coming out of the exit of that long right-hander. Into the final chicane, avoids that yellow curb nicely. Coming along the last corner, doesn't run too wide. Crosses the line with a 1:18.1. He's gone pole. 1:18.011, sorry. He's gone pole. Kenner as well. 1:17.557. Where did that just come from? Kenner has just put that Haas on pole and said, nope, I'm staying here. And we got... who else we got on a lap? We got Rattigent on a lap as well. No ERS flashing. Oh, he's going to be starting his lap by the looks of it. Yeah, he's going to be starting his lap. That's a slow lap there. I'll Aston Martin out the way nicely. Who have we got? CDM on an out lap. Team Red currently on a lap. Nope. He's not on a lap. Mosh is on a lap somewhere. Let's have a look at Mosh. He's at the final chicane. And it's a pretty slow lap as well. It's going to be in the 120s, I think. Yeah, 120.2. Good enough for P12, though. But he will be starting outside the top 10. I don't think he's got enough time to do another lap. Well, I don't think he's got enough battery to do another lap. Never mind the time. But we have got a few cars across the line now. We got Hassel starting his out lap. With 20 seconds to go, he just makes it. Who have we got? Any of these cars crossing the line now? We got a lot of cars on a lap, but I don't know which ones are which. So have a look. Team Red's down. He's just missed the flag as well if he was going to do another lap. That is gutting. Looks like he was about to do another lap. We got Hawkpie in sector 2. I think he's currently on a lap, but he's 3/10 down at the minute. His ERS lights flashing. He's pulled out of it. Who have we got? We got a Red Bull of Mosh, I believe. Second down in sector 3. Obviously he's recouping battery. We got a Mercedes. No, it's not a Mercedes. It's an Alpine. It's CDM. I'm not sure where his sector times are at. But he's coming along the final corner now. Around the final corner, I should say, not along. with a 118.1. He's put himself in P5. Starting in the top 5 is not a bad result, but he's got Hassel right behind him crossing the line as well, who puts himself in P3. So that puts James now in P4. Anybody else? We had an AlphaTauri behind him. I think that was King James, who's starting P9. And everyone else is in the pits. So you're starting grids. Kenner in first. Flames Assassin in second. Hassel P3. James Ney in P4. James Ney P4, Hawkpie P5, CDM P6, Jason P7, Team Red P8, King James P9, Anton in P10, Rajan P11, Mosh P12, Invader P13, Always Grinding starting P14 after serving his quali ban, and Mohammed Guna in P15. Right, just remind Tier 2 that the cold tyres. Just so they remember. So obviously I'm not sure why Muhammad didn't go out and do a lap. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting race. I think it's gonna be between So it's gonna be an interesting race. Callum's predicted Hawkpie P1, Hassel P2, Kenner P3. Kenner's starting on pole at the minute, so if he can keep that position, he's in for a good shout. I'm thinking it's going to be... I'm going Hassel P1. It's going to be between Hassel and Flames, I think. Alright, so we got the red light, and we are away. Obviously no formation lap due to the glitches in the game at the minute. But oh, what the hell? That's a few cars out. Hassel retired. I'm surprised this Hassel is the only one that's retired. But that is going to be a safety car, I think, on lap 1. I'm lost for words, really. That was a shocking race start, and we do have the safety car on lap 1. I did put a warning out saying about the cold tyres, and Hassel is now out the race. James Ney has lost his wing. Hawkpie, has he lost a wing as well? He has. So obviously it was a 3-car collision, and them are out of the race. Mohammed Guna avoids that, luckily. So currently we got Jason up 4 places after that incident. Flames up 4 as well. King James, no, that's wrong. I don't know. Let's have a look at the tyres.
What in the actual F?
Yeah, it was a bit of a disastrous start there, not gonna lie. So CDM opted for the meters. Ratjan only guys starting on hards. Team Red opted for the softs. That's an interesting strategy call, considering it's a 33-lap race. You really want to do a 1-stop, but he's gone for the soft tyres, so it's going to be interesting, to say the least. Yeah, I'm really not sure what happened at that race start. There's definitely gonna be an incident report there, for sure. But we do have the safety car out, so interesting. Interesting. So Kenna P1, Callum.
Well, I am out before turn 1, which is absolutely ridiculous. What happened on board Hassel?
Yeah, come on, Hassel, we need to know exactly what happened. I'm going to quickly look back, because I want to see my point of view of the restart. Oh, it's all blurry. While the safety car's coming in, I want to have a quick look, just to see what happened. So Hassel in P2, he gets away, he doesn't get the best getaway. A little contact between Hawkpie and Hassel. Safety car is still out, that's fine. So there's a little bit of contact between Hawkpie and Hassel. Wasn't too much really. I think Hassel just coming over to the left side of the track clips Hawkpie's wheel and then loses control, takes Hawkpie, and unfortunately James Nay also got brought into that incident. So that's an interesting incident that's happened. Bit unfortunate really, but that's what it looks like happened from my side. I'm just having a quick look at my settings while we got the safety car out. I want to see if I can let's have a quick look. Where is it? Maybe it's, I don't know. Oh god, come on, where is it? I'm trying to find it.
I got my launch. I moved to the racing line and Hawkpie is there. If he got a better launch, why is he moving to the left instead of down the I?
Right, let's have a look. I can't find the setting I'm looking for, never mind. That's alright. So we will be getting underway this lap by the looks of it. Obviously Kenna in control of the pace of the field at the minute.
I'm free now if you want a second com.
Wasn't there a bug the last time you joined? Can I send invites now? I still can't send race invites, so if you could join via an option, then we could try.
That's Charon's fault. He picked Hassel to win.
It is Callum, to be fair. Yeah, Marcus, if you can join, I can't actually send invites. So, if you can find a way to join like you did last time, then we could do it. There's a lot of position changes going on down the midfield. A lot of action in the midfield as well, as I was talking about the thing. We got cars going 2 wide, 3 wide. We got a lot of movement. We got Mohamed Guna making a great restart, really. Always grinding, losing some positions. There's a lot of fighting going on in this midfield. Hawkpie trying to make his way through the pack again. Was thinking about going side by side there with always grinding. Thinks better of it. Just great action from these guys in the midfield at the minute. Oh, Hawkpie looked like he was making a move there. Thought better of it again though. Let me just... Sorry, I'm just gonna quickly... Oh no! Always grinding's around. And that's let Was it? I was running a CDM as well, up to P11. We got Invader going side by side with Mohammed Guna down the main straight, who has the least amount of drag to make this move work. And he pulls back quickly. Let's have a look. Any other action? Right, I'm going to quickly let Marcus join. I do apologise about this. I'm going to quickly switch parties as well so I can have Marcus in here. I'll just add him to this one, that's alright. Is he showing us online? Nope. Quickly run down to the S's quickly. I do apologise about this. Alright, there we go. We're back. So just waiting for Marcus to join now. We got Invader and Mohammed going to go side by side. There's contact and Invader is around. Wasn't left that much space, but he is around. There's a Red Bull around and Mosh spun in the background as well. Marcus is still in the game chat at the minute. So Marcus, if you could join the party so I can chat to you. I don't know if he's joined in or not. Am I in the right tier for this? Tier 2? Yeah, I am. Okay. Let me just quickly at Marcus. Yeah, so Marcus is currently chatting in the game. I can't actually hear him. But he is watching, I believe. As we got a Hawkeye in the back of Mohammed. Hawkeye having a great safety car restart. Just trying to get back up. There we go, Marcus is in. How are you, Marcus? I think he... Hello?
Good evening.
Ah, there we are. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, you?
I'm alright. I'm a little bit warm, but I'll survive.
It is a bit... Sorry, I'm running a little bit late. What have I missed?
Well, you've missed a turn 1 collision. Well, not even a turn 1, a race start collision. Mohammed has lost the rear end. He's probably just lost his wing if he hit the wall there. Sorry. Yeah, you haven't missed much. You've missed a incident of the race start that took 3 drivers out. Luckily, 2 of them survived DNFing. Hassel, the only one that actually got DNF from that incident. I did watch it back, and it looked like Hawkeye got the better restart, came down the outside because there was room, and obviously Hassel wanted the racing line and came across slowly, and Hawkeye was just there.
Ooh, yeah. Sounds nasty, not what we want to see.
It was definitely one that's not want English. Definitely one we don't want to see, but obviously these things happen sometimes. It was quite unfortunate. I don't want to.
Yeah, one of those things. I'm sure it'll be decided in the steward's room after.
Yeah, I don't want to put the blame on either driver yet. I just want to see what the incident reports.
Got to see what every view says, as it looks like Rattigan, fresh after setting a fastest lap, goes for a 360 at turn 2.
I might be pushing too hard to try and catch up, but as you're on about fastest lap, there's Kenna with his fastest lap at the minute.
He wanted that point back, didn't he?
He did. He wasn't having someone else having it. The
like
field
he's stretching his legs up
Well,
front.
well, if it isn't my unfaithful former teammate,
That's
emoji
Haas
worried
domination
face.
as well. Haas 1-2, what's going on here?
it was a great qualifying from Kenna. Managed to get pulled by 5/10.
Blimey.
And then Jason, with that incident at the start, managed to pull himself up to P2 just before the safety car came out.
Yeah, cracking start for both Hasses then, who are looking pretty strong. Flames Assassin now goes for a spin at the back of the field. And we've also got a Mercedes round Invader.
So these drivers finding Spain really tricky. with these new cars.
I'm finding, especially since the update, the back end does have a terrible habit of just snapping on you on the exit of the corners without warning. And Spain's a track where you've got really long, prolonged corners. You build up a lot of tyre temp as well, and I think a lot of drivers out there finding or suffering from that.
Yeah, it is difficult to manage. Because I done a practice race yesterday. And no, it wasn't a practice race, it was a trial. And every time I went around the third corner, that prolonged right-hander, my tyres just got too hot and just the back end just went. There was no saving it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised really.
Vader
goes for yet again another spin.
That promotes Flames Assassin up to P2. They feel more separated than it normally is as well. Obviously, we got the debutant of Anton right behind Hawkeye. So it's going to be interesting to see where he can finish. We got Callum in the chat as well. Sorry to interrupt you again there.
No,
saying, well, if it isn't my unfaithful former teammate.
Unfaithful? What do you mean unfaithful?
I think
just realised I didn't pick the teams.
I think he's just a little bit upset that he's not your teammate anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'm upset that we're not teammates as well.
Oh, there's contact between the Alpine and CDM. Both go for a spin. CDM's retired from the session from that crash. And
that has brought out a safety car, but it looks for at least a VSC. I can't tell which one at the moment.
That is there is a yellow dot on track. That would be the safety car.
Absolutely. So that's going to bring everyone back up together. Is this a good time to pit at lap 9? We got quite a few drive-throughs come through as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of,
including King James up in 3rd place.
Who altogether has that drive-through? We got Mosh with a drive-through, Flames Assassin, King James speeding under safety car, Flames Assassin with a 5-second, and Invader with a 5-second for pit lane speed infringements. All the top 3 are pitting. Mosh as well speeding.
Is that 2 drive-throughs for Mosh then? Did I see it pop up?
I think so, because it did pop up again, didn't it?
It certainly did. Let me check the race director for a minute. See what incidents we've got.
Mosh disqualified from the session for multiple infringements.
Ooh, that is a strange one. Yeah. So yeah, Mosh got 3 drive-through penalties. King James has apparently got 2 drive-through penalties.
What is the McLaren doing?
Rattigan has 1. So, not sure what's going on there, whether he didn't have a delta coming up on his screen or what. I'm sure that's going to be an interesting one in the chat.
That is true. We got CDM asking, Jim asking CDM what happened in the staff chat as well. What's been said in race day chat? Anything?
Nothing as of yet. Yeah, he's got King James and
That
Mosh both
crash,
typing,
so silly.
I think something's going to be said just in a minute.
Yeah, we've got Callum as well thinking it was the McLaren's fault. It did look like he could have left a little bit more room.
Yeah, see, King James is saying the safety car came out, he's 5 seconds in the red, in the delta, and it wouldn't go down, got a drive-through. Now, I don't know about you, whether you follow many YouTubers, but I did see this on, Tia McMurdoch and Alex Gillen. They did a 2-player career, and they had a safety car where it kept bringing them into the red all of a sudden, like dropping 5 seconds in the red, and they'd have to go really slowly, and they kept losing time.
I did see the Tim yeah, I did see that one. It's an interesting little bug, and sadly we can't exactly remove a drive-through for drivers.
No, it'd be an interesting one. I guess all you can do is serve your drive-through and then perhaps request to get the equivalent of a drive-through taken off your race time at the end potentially, but that's going to be a very difficult one for the stewards to give. But then if you have been screwed over by the game,
I suppose we could do it if there is no further safety cars that doesn't give you a drive-through.
Yeah, potentially.
Because then obviously you got to serve the drive-through when the safety car goes in, So
Yeah.
then we could remove the equivalent of that drive-through if another one doesn't come out and you're back in it from that second one.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I didn't notice, however, all the top three came in and pitted. Jay Seddon and King James from second and third, but by the looks of it, King James has actually jumped Jay Seddon in the pits. Whether that was before with the speed and under safety car, whether it was in the actual pits, whether Seddon had a wing change, we're not sure. But he has jumped him into, well, what is effective second place because Hawkeye and James Nay haven't pitted.
That is quite interesting, actually. I didn't notice that until you said it. But he has got that position. It's going to be... Has he got a drive-through to serve, though?
Well, yeah, King James has apparently 2 drive-throughs. So we'll see what the outcome is of that. Yeah, Marsha said in the chat, the game didn't tell him it was a safety car by the time he realised. He got the drive-through, and then he was driving at 10 mile an hour on the main straight, and he got black flagged. I think a lack of information, apparently, according to Marsh.
Alright, we'll have to see his point of view on that, but obviously we are aware of the game doing it sometimes anyway. But it's a shame that there are these issues in the game at the minute.
It certainly is, because it makes league racing very difficult, because it's not fair on everyone. If you get random glitches. I know you could say, like, in real life, obviously you might get random engine failures or mechanical failures, but
it's not the same as penalties.
Yeah, it's one of those, you don't expect it on the game. It's not coded into the game to give you a random glitch.
No, it just happens sadly. Obviously these issues are a thing. They're probably aware and probably trying to find a fix. It's just a question of when.
You'd like to think so. Yeah, Marsh has said, though, at least he can go and get a shower now. I thought that was an expression in football, to go for an early shower, wasn't it?
If you get sent off, yeah, you get sent for the early shower.
Yeah, oh, that's it, yeah.
If you get the red card. As we have the safety car in this lap, so Hawkeye will control the pace of the field until that safety car has crossed the first safety car line. And we will get this race underway again on lap 13, as we're currently on lap 12.
It's going to be interesting to see Kenner on those brand new hard tyres. He's clearly had the pace so far in this race. How quickly he can get past James Nay and Hawkeye, if at all.
That is true. Obviously, Hawkeye has had a really good season up until his DNF. And obviously that incident on lap 1 of this race, but he has gone just before the final corner. He looks like he's had a decent restart. He's got a decent gap to James Nay as well. Carry on.
Nobody's really been caught napping other than James Nay, I would say, because Kenner's having a look at the inside and he actually makes the move. Looks like he was running a lot less downforce than the Aston Martin as well.
That is true. I'm not really sure what downforce people are running, as James Nay goes really wide at turn 3, joins luckily just in front of King James. King James opted not to take his drive through straight after that safety car restart, but he will have to eventually take it.
Yeah, it's one of the interesting parts about this game that I do love. With the new new aero settings, you can get away with running really low downforce and you're very, very slow in quali. Your overall lap time isn't great, but you're absolutely untouchable down the straights. And in terms of like being a race car, it can make you very potent. But like I say, you're slow over the course of the one lap, so bit of a balancing act, really.
That is true. What kind of wings are you running, do you know?
I have absolutely no idea at the moment. Normally I don't go above sort of 18 to 20. That's kind of the highest I seem to run at the moment. Obviously I haven't done a setup for like Monaco or that yet, so not sure what I'm going to run there.
It's going to be interesting.
However, I did do a time trial setup the other day, and I think I was running quite high. I'm doing like 24:30 or something.
24:30.
Yeah.
That's similar to mine. Mine's 25:30.
Yeah.
I've gone for quite a high downforce setup for this race.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the overall lap time around Spain is probably worth it more.
Yes, I think you're going to make more time in the corners than you will on the straight.
Yeah. In terms of keeping the tyre temps down, keeping the pace going, because it is an easy track to make mistakes on this game. You know, like I say, lots of prolonged corners, quite a big mix, low speed, high speed, medium speed.
And obviously we got 2 DRS zones, but one's not really that effective due to it not being that long as well after turn 9.
Yeah, and given the corner that leads onto it as well, it makes it quite a difficult overtaking straight. But it does keep you in contact or in touch with the person in front. Just brings you that tiny bit closer, which can help them when it comes to the back straight or the main straight. Sorry.
Yeah, and then it's just, especially with this game now, it's just then a competition of who's got the least amount of drag. As we see, Invader trying to make a move on Mohammed. I think Mohammed's talking about drag, has less of it compared to that Merc, as he's just about staying in front, but Merc does break a little bit later. There was a bit of contact, and luckily Invader gets away without spinning there. But Mohammed does keep P9 for now. We got Flames Assassin right on the back of the Alpine Team Red. He's falling back on the straight there, so I think he had to pull out. But he does go down to the inside and makes a brilliant move. And he's got ahead of that Alpine. Here. It's very close racing here. You don't wanna get to the pressure. English. You don't want to let the pressure get to you too much, otherwise that's when accidents do start happening. But Flames Assassin currently making some great moves in the midfield. Now he's got Team Red in front of him. He does send it though into turn 10, the new redesigned corner. What do you think of the new designed corner?
I wasn't a fan of it when I first saw it, and it's quite an interesting one to take in this game. There's quite a few different lines that you can go into it. You can actually break deep into it, or break quite early and carry a lot of speed. I think the quickest way is to break early and carry a lot of speed into it, but that leaves you open to attack from somebody else, diving in late on the brakes. And I think that's the idea of the corner, to promote that overtaking.
That is true. We just seen Always Grinding make a move on Team Red as well. That was a nice move into turn 1. We've got a yellow flag, got a spinner. I think that's Flames. After a good few corners in the last lap, he has just given that position back by spinning. Got Mohammed Guna really pushing that Merc to the edge of the track, trying to get the better line, open up the corner so you can get a better exit. Pretty close to pushing him onto the grass, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, some stout defending and great racing. Very hard. Just about fair, I would say.
Yeah, I think.
But there is a fine line. It's difficult to do when you're in the heat at the moment to judge it, but yeah. Yeah,
you want to try and keep your head. Don't want to go too aggressive where you're actually pushing him onto the grass, and
I think Hawkeye is going to be very vulnerable here.
He hasn't got ERS.
He just seems to be running quite low wings. You see, Ken is really struggling to catch him. And this is what I mean. I think Ken is getting a lot of his lap time with high aero, and Hawkeye is struggling, but that low wing setup is just keeping him ahead, even with the DRS.
That could play into his hands defensively if he could just park his cars right where Ken is faster. It's going to make it difficult for Ken, especially when he's running a more lower profile on the downforce. As you said,
you can see he's a lot later on the brakes, a lot sharper turning, and a lot more stable rear end on that Haas. He's all over the back of the Alfa Romeo, just making that pass down that strength.
Not great camera angles at the minute, not gonna lie.
Oh, he sends it up the inside of Hawkeye. Great move there.
It's a shame we
couldn't get that extra aero through the fast right-hander.
But Hawkeye is close behind. for that DRS straight. He hasn't got much ERS. He is using his ERS in the corners. I don't know if he knows that or not.
I think he's left it on by mistake, I would say. You see Hamaguna go for a bit of a spin.
Have you ever tried switching that button to hold instead of tap, and tap again to deactivate?
I did on the last game. Did one race. Yeah, found it alright to be fair, but I just preferred the...
the tap. You can concentrate on other stuff then.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to like defend and you're trying to go from one side of the track to the other aggressively or attack. Yeah. I just thought it was better just to not worry about it, although you can end up forgetting like that.
Yes, I mean it's not hard to forget it. It's a pretty simple thing.
Well, you say that, but I've done that quite a few times.
I have as well, but it's not often that it happens. I don't think, anyway. Not for me, anyway. I just don't have the pace to keep up with other people, that's all. So the field is pretty separated now. We've got a few seconds between some of the drivers. Mohammed is 6/10 though behind Vader. Vader has had a few spins this race. That's why he's currently down in P8. Mohammed Goon has been involved in a few incidents. Mohammed also does need a pit again. He is on the soft compounded tyres. Not really the tyre of choice for the race, but Hawkeye has retired from the session. Hawkeye's crashed.
Okay. Did he catch it on the curb? I didn't see what happened there.
I'm not sure.
Flames Assassin is now stopped in the middle of the track. Invader's gone past him. Flames Assassin is then cut across the pit entry. That is definitely, that is definitely an illegal pit entry, and I'm sure that'll be reviewed by the stewards after.
But I'm not sure. We don't have anything stating that you can't do it really, and the game doesn't penalise you for it. If someone reports it,
a corner cut,
then we can look at it, but.
Well, I guess common sense would be sticking to fairly standard F1 racing rules.
Yeah, I mean,
and the pit entry and exit is there for a reason.
And especially the lines, you can't cross them in real life, so.
Yeah, we obviously allow a bit more give, perhaps, with crossing the lines. We don't penalise you a 5-second penalty for going a centimetre over it, but I think it's got to be brought into question if you cut in that much. Especially my question is, what was his motivation? What was his reasoning for stopping dead on the track?
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
Might be something legit about it. I don't know. I'm not judging, but
it's interesting to see the reasoning behind it. I kind of want to know now. We have got Kenna just catching the safety car now in the next couple of corners. What have you made of the race so far?
It's been an eventful one, hasn't it?
It has, and obviously we've got to remember as well, these incidents, they are still under the increased penalties from the stewards that we have in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's fair enough at the end of the day, don't break the rules. Simple as that. If the penalty's too harsh, you've got to question why you're breaking the rules in the first place.
Yeah, that's true. There's no point really complaining about what penalty you're given if you're going to break the rules.
No, exactly. So we're back to the status quo really at the front. Kenner and the Haas 1-2 from earlier.
It's going to be interesting to see if they make a last dive into the pits. It's probably not their best option. These tyres are going to go to the end. It's going to be interesting to see if one of them wants to go on a faster tyre, say if they got a spare medium laying around.
I'll tell you what though, my one to watch, James Nay in 5th place, just pitted for a brand new set of medium tyres. They'll go to the end.
Can he make use of them?
Yeah, he's going to catch up to the pack by the time they get going again. Yeah, but he's going to be one to watch for the rest of the race, I reckon. He's going to be making moves.
what's interesting is the safety car hasn't waited for everyone to catch up.
Yeah, it's quite an unusual one, that, because it's only been out for a lap as well, so very surprising, but I mean, everyone's going to catch up to a certain degree by the time they actually get going. They might not be right with them.
That is true, and obviously Kenna hasn't gone yet, but has he gone now? I think he's gone now.
Yeah, he has.
On it.
Oh, he's grinding in it, James Nate all over the back of Anton, who's defending very hard, and he needs to.
They're going to go side by side into turn one.
My
Is he
lander
left
not
in his
messing
space?
about tonight.
Oh, a little bit of contact, but they both get away with it.
That is true. Anton does lose the position to always grinding, and now he's got James Nate to deal with now. Anton does. Obviously, Invader as well, managing to catch up to the back of the group under the safety car.
Yeah, they're not too far behind. Any of these boys make a mistake, you got the chasing pack that will go past them. Very much a race of two groups now.
That is true. We got a Hawk Pie in the chat that says tap the wall and it's taking my wheel off. So he didn't even go into the wall that hard, by what he said. I think it's one of them unlucky angles that he must have tapped the wall at.
Unfortunate. Also probably because you put on simulation damage, didn't you? You know, to go along with these extra harsh penalties.
I thought you were serious there. I did, yes, I did.
We should have done, actually. That would have been better than harsher penalties, wouldn't it?
That would have, yeah, that
contact.
would have really made these drivers be extra careful of what's going on.
You see James Ney going down the inside of Anton into turn one. Extra grip. Is he going to make it down? Side by side, Anton's hiding it in there and keeps the position. Very good racing for those two.
It's true. Obviously, Invader's got that penalty, so I don't think he really wants to fight that much. But he does want to gain positions, but with how long is left, I think it's just worth just keeping behind and just capitalise on any mistakes the drivers in front make.
Absolutely. What this has done with James now, though, is it has made Anton drop out of DRS range of always grinding. So next time round, we're not going to get DRS, are we? But it will be enabled. And that is going to leave the Williams driver very vulnerable.
Especially on that long main straight.
Yeah, they looked fairly even. Neither were really using that much ERS. And they both seemed to run fairly similar down there.
I am shattered, Jesus. Is Spa next week as well? Real life?
I'm not sure.
I've got to have a quick look, but before that, we got King James making a move on Flames Assassin down in the midfield. See James Ney still lacking the DRS. It's going to be it's active this lap, I believe, right?
Yeah, both drivers conserving their battery there. I think Anton used a bit more off the corner. James Ney wisely deciding to hold station for a minute. He's losing time to the guys in front, but on those fresher tyres, he's got to be confident he can catch him up again.
That's all he's got to be, is confident. If you keep the confidence, then you can do it. If you don't have the confidence, then you're just gonna give up practically. Flames Assassin making a move on Invader as well, coming into turn 5. Something like that, turn 5, something like that. I think turn 4, sorry. No, it was turn 5.
I have no idea the corner numbers. I just call them the wiggly bit and whatever. King James looking to make a move on Mohamed Guna though, around the outside of the reprofiled hairpin. Can't quite make it stick though.
Flames Assassin's in the wall. And that's him out of the race.
I was just about saying that's allowed Flames Assassin to get right on the back of them too.
And that is another safety car.
And that is another safety car. Oh dear.
So everyone...
King James
stopped.
is going slowly. Yeah.
Everyone stopped. There's that bug.
I think we're getting that bug. Yeah.
Yep.
Mohamed Guna them getting it.
Obviously, he can't serve it under the safety car either, so he's going to be pitting for fresh tyres now, and then he's going to have to drive in again and serve that drive-through. It's really unfortunate, though, that we've got this bug twice now in this race.
Yeah, that's definitely going to have to be looked into or discussed, I imagine. There we go.
Yeah, and that might actually explain why Flames Assassin was actually stopped at the pit entry.
Yeah, that would go some way to explaining that, certainly.
I'm just gonna quickly have a sip of my drink a sec. If this carries on, we might have to give Burt Mylander the most laps led in this race.
Yeah, well, might need to do a quick tally of how many laps under safety car.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised there's been this many, because it is 100% on reduced at the minute.
Yeah, it's so trigger happy, isn't it, at the moment?
It is. I remember back in 2020 we just left it on standard and it was fine. And 2021 came along and it was reduced, because it would just come out at any point.
You see Anton deciding to pit. What's he going on? He's going on a brand new set of soft tyres. That's a good shout. He's lost a few positions. Should be able to gain those back easily enough with the fresh rubber.
Yeah, he should be able to.
Yeah, as we're getting Vader and Mohammed Guna right at the back of the field, basically crawling around. They're obviously having a few issues. Sped up a bit now, so hopefully they can catch up.
That is true.
Another SC. Emoji face with tears of joy.
Yeah, Chris Summit. Chris. There is another SC. This game just throwing them out today. Looks like the track limit warnings in real life at the minute. Invader has left the session. That's a disconnection because his car's still on track.
Yeah, it is.
So he's not going to be too happy about that at the minute. For the people else watching, if you are enjoying and you want to see Tier 1 in action in about 25 minutes, leave a like, subscribe so you get notified when that race goes live. You can also get a notification for when Tier 2 goes live at Monaco next week. That's going to be a challenging race for these drivers.
Oh, I haven't even driven Monaco on this new game.
Neither have I. I don't really want to, but I'm going to be there anyway.
Oh, it's going to be 2 bad weeks for me, isn't it? Because I haven't played this game since like this time last week nearly. I'm going to be out of practice, so by all means place your bets in the chat below. How many corners I make it before
Marcus
I crash out.
the CO comms. Send my regards to the legend. Emoji handshake.
A lot of drivers going slowly again. I'm guessing we're having a few issues once more.
It's true. Hopefully we get underway this lap. Obviously, Kenner and Seddon opted not to pit. Yeah, Invader got a disconnection. He's just sent a photo in the race day chat.
Not sure we're not able to send him an invite over, are we?
No, he should be able to
rejoin via the original, yeah.
Yeah, because this game thankfully allows that, unlike the last games.
Well, I think it realises it's so unstable it can't do anything else.
Yeah, that's true. But hopefully
allow for easy reconnection.
Say again?
Needs to allow for easy reconnection.
I think it's fair enough. I mean, safety car is in this lap. So, interesting to know Anton, Team Red, Invader before the disconnection, and Mohammed Guna opted to pit for softs under that safety car. Obviously, Kenner and Seddon, they stayed out on hards. Always grinding stayed on his hards as well. James stayed on his mediums. None of these drivers actually opted for the faster tyre in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, James now I can get on board with. Kenner and Seddon is quite a risk pitting at the front of the field, especially not long after another safety car. But we shall see. Time will tell.
That's true, but they are going to be vulnerable from these guys on fresher tyres like James Ney, and there's a lot of people bunching up. Mohammed really not moving off that restart. I'm not really sure what's going on. I think he might have got a warning for overtaking there, but that's going to slow him down. But Kenner getting off to a great restart, keeps position into turn 1 and 2. All these drivers read the restart pretty well. There is a Mercedes trying to make a move on the outside of turn 3, trying to make a switch to the inside for turn 4. Doesn't really make it. And Anton, obviously, no pressure for that. He keeps that place. Radjan up to P6 currently in his second race for OBF1. He's having a decent race after that restart so far.
Absolutely, and his teammate James Ney managed to get past all his grinding for P3. He's looking good.
That is true. He's got the podiums. We've only got 2 drivers with penalties as well. So penalty-wise, it's been a great race, because there's only 2 drivers with the penalties.
If we exclude all the drive-throughs.
Yeah, if we exclude all the drive-throughs that were unfortunate due to a game bug. But Anton as well getting through Ratijan in turn 10. Mohamed Guna can't, obviously, struggled at that restart because of that overtake he done. He's fallen massively behind. He needs to catch up ASAP if he wants any chance of any position gains. Obviously, he will get that. He will get 2 points. No, he won't. Invade will be dropped.
Might get a chance of fastest lap being in fresh air.
He's got a chance of it.
Yeah.
He is on the soft tyres, so if he could just pull a lap together, he is in the pits. So did he get a drive-through or something? Yeah, he's got a drive-through.
Oh, is he?
Lob.
That is true.
Yeah, it didn't flag on my screen, but maybe one I missed. James Ney is all over the
Welcome
back
back,
of
Marcus
J7.
Love in the comms.
He's going to upset the party on this this Haas 1-2.
That is true. He's going to try to.
Seddon gets all out of shape then.
That was very unfortunate from Seddon.
My car is ghosted, so nothing matters anymore for me.
He is clearly feeling the pressure.
That is true. He's just got to keep it in check for the next couple of laps. That's all he's got left. Can he keep his head? His Team Red gets past Ratijan and also gets a purple sector 2 in the process. That's decent going from Team Red there in the midfield, getting a purple sector 2. That Alpine looking all loose coming out of the final chicane and runs very wide. That's definitely going to be a track limit warning from him there, Marcus.
Absolutely. Anton going from a move on King James.
How is CDM
flies past the AlphaTauri. I don't know what wings he's running, but it looks like a 0-0. That was some insane straight line speed.
Anything else going on? We've got King James as well. He's trying to make up some positions, obviously, on them 19 lap old hards. He's going to be struggling considering he's surrounded by all soft runners at the minute. They will be wearing slowly. And they could even be pretty slow coming into the last 2-3 laps. Based on how long they've been on the car. CDM's doing alright, Pete. He's crashed.
Yeah, he was running well actually. He made it off the start line, which was an improvement on the last couple of weeks. He's having a good race until an unfortunate incident.
That is true. Obviously, that incident with Mohammed really put him out the race. Literally. But can he set a purple sector 2? Can he come across this line on 19 lap old hards for a fastest lap? He can with a 1:20.928.
Beautiful. As James Ney's looking to seize up and move on J7, but it looks like J7 has some rapid straight line speed. Anton
I
and King
hope
James
you
going
have
at it
comms for
once
T1.
again.
Hey ha ha ha
And
ha.
Team Red's having a look in there, going around the outside of turn 1. He gets a little bit out of shape, just avoids contact, and they are all through safely, as they were.
It shows great racing from these guys that are still in the race. Unlucky for some that could have potentially stayed in it. I mean, Flames Assassin.
Insu drunk.
Obviously, Flames Assassin lost it out at turn 11. Obviously, finding the camera a little bit tricky there, and finding grip is not the easiest at turn 10, coming into 11. But Team Red still trying to get that position from King James. He's in DRS. He's got 3 laps to make a position on the better tyre for now. He's going for the outside, just couldn't make it stick. Falls back. He's gonna try again.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that, but watching James Nate all over the back of J7 here once again. Just needs a good exit out this last corner. She's managed to get a
Good
reasonable
luck
one.
to
There's a bit
Mike,
of a gap.
always grinding.
See, look at J7's wings, and this is what I mean. It's really slow for the majority of the lap. His lap times are really poor. He's dropping off Ken a
Love
loads,
me
but
coop with him.
even without DRS, he's just as quick as James Nate down that straight.
That is true, and Ratigan making a move on the Ghosted Invader. Obviously, not that hard to do as he's disconnected. He could just drive straight through him, really. But Anton
Yeah,
getting carry on.
If you run high wings, I think it's going to be very, very quick. You'll be the quickest out there, but all it takes is you to get stuck behind one person running low wings, and that's it. That's your race gone.
You got to try and avoid getting stuck behind someone with the low wings, because they're going to have that straight line speed. That's going to really help them on that long start finish straight. And if you get stuck behind them on that straight, you're just done. You're going to be stuck behind them for another lap.
Anton had a half move, always grinding, ran in deep and wide, and he gets himself a time penalty as a result. And there's a bit of contact there between Anton and always grinding, gives him a little nudge.
Yeah, that was a little bit cheeky there from was it Anton who done that? That was Anton that nudged him.
Yeah, it was, and James Nate
Dion
all the more
comms
closer to
41.
J7, who has literally no battery left. James Nate
true.
not using his battery though.
No, Pete, we don't need comms for tier 1, mate.
Turns 1 and 2, that baffles me, because that was a perfect opportunity. J7's battery very low. James Nate had loads of battery, could have made that move and pulled a gap in the next lap.
That is true. Sorry, I was just looking at YouTube for a second then. King James, though, right on the rear end of Team Red. Team Red running a little bit deep into turn 5. But, obviously, King James seems to be struggling. I don't know if he's struggling with grip on these tyres that are going to be starting to wear. He has been on them for 22 laps as well, which is quite an extended amount of time.
Yeah, it's quite brave staying out on those tyres. Fair play to him.
Seddon is
he's holding up a
defending
good
nicely there.
pace considering.
That is true. We're going to go back up to the top 3 for the last couple of laps. We got James Nate right on the back of Seddon. Will have DRS. He's got quite a bit of ERS as well. Seddon's running very low, so James Nate is going to have the advantage coming down this main straight. But is Seddon running lower wing profile? That's the only question we have. As
He is,
James
but
Nate
it's not going to be enough.
soaring past, keeps the position into turn 1. Seddon now needs to try and get past it to turn 2 and 3. Does try it on the outside. He's still on the outside coming through turn 3. I think there's a little bit of contact there. There's still side by side now coming to turn 4. A little bit of contact, I think, there from Seddon. But nothing too major. These drivers still in it. And James Nate just about keeps P2 there from Seddon. That was a great battle there from these two.
Yeah, great racing from those boys. We've got King James and always grinding side by side as well through the first half of that lap.
This race
King James comes out on top on that one.
This race really spicing up towards the end now. Ken is going to be loving all this fighting going on behind him, as that's kept James out of contention for the win. because Kenner will be coming across the line now. He's just got this final chicane. He's gonna not mess up, and he's got this race is his really. And that is pretty much it. That is Kenner's race. It's a well-deserved win there for Kenner. He's been in the lead for most of the race as he crosses the line to win the Spanish Grand Prix here in Tier 2. I was going to say Tier 1 then. James Ney in second place had a great race. J7 P3, Anton P4, Team Red P5, King James P6, always grinding P7, Invader P8, Ratigan P9, Mohammed will come across the line in last place. Well, last of the runners.
Special mention for Mohammed Guna because he got screwed over with the right behind the safety car in the last one, but he's kept going. He hasn't just given up. He's kept plodding on, kept battling away, and so hats off to him. Yeah,
that's true. So this has been except for all the safety cars, this has been a pretty decent race here in Tier 2. Obviously, we've had, well, especially the last few laps, we've had some great battles in this last couple of closing laps.
Fantastic racing out there from the Tier 2 boys.
We've had a few incidents which was disappointing as well. Obviously, we can't ignore them. They did happen. We'll see the outcomes of them hopefully over the weekend and what kind of penalties are given. But it's not a bad race. And hopefully we'll see the same now in Tier 1 in about 10 minutes' time.
Pretty dominant one from Kenner. As well, he had fantastic pace, well deserved.
Who got the fastest lap in the end? Was it Kenner as well?
Yeah, Kenner as well.
Yeah, you can't argue with that. It's definitely worth the drivers of the day for me. Who did the game give it to, do you know?
Always Grinding.
I mean, to be fair, Always Grinding's had a pretty great race. He's normally a little bit further back down the field than he is now, so...
Yeah, I think there's a few options. For me, I think you can't look anywhere else other than, give it fair play to them.
Yeah, that's true. So that is it. From me and Marcus today. You can join CDM in about 10 minutes for Tier 1 if you're still doing it. Now, that is it from us. We'll see you guys next week. Well, I don't know if Marcus will be here, but hopefully he is.
Hopefully so.
If he's got nothing going. If not, I will definitely see you guys next week for Tier 2 at Monaco.
See you next week.